Welcome, friends, family, fans, customers, future fans. This is the Dr. Nick's YouTube channel. If you guys don't mind, we are on a live stream, episode 160. Nice clean number there.
Woo.
And it is the Doctor's Orders live stream. And if you guys are excited for the content or you appreciate the time and effort we put into this for free, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to share it with some friends, anybody can relate to the content that we talk about on the streams today. Just look at the diversity in the chat already. We got our guy Dan B in the chat. We've got Jill, the co-owner and working her butt off behind the scenes. We also have Alicia. We also have Julie. We got the ladies representing, and we got Dennis. So this is about as diverse of a crowd as it gets, you guys. So share it with your friends. Share it with your family. We're going to have some good times today, just like always. I promise. My name is Dan. I go by C Bearded on the internet, command by government, and I'm the co-host here. My job is to bring you guys all of the positive vibes and just show you what's going on with this company. And it's very easy when you get to work with people like the gentleman next to me and then Jill in the chat. And don't forget about Julie, the mom of the company, of course. So got to keep that in mind. And the man next to me is I said co-owner for Joe. He is the other part of that co-ownership. And we are in a new location that I don't think we've ever streamed before. So I'm excited to have you guys hear about where you're at. And I think we've taken like a quick little tour, but never had it from here by itself. And so that should be pretty awesome, you guys, as we get ready to talk about all of this. And we've got a little nostalgia for you today, and also maybe a little bit of brain workshop and brainstorming from the crowd. But please help me welcome Nick. And then Nick, where we at? What's going on? Hit us with all the stuff, my man. Hello.
It's a brand new day, and here I am being the ladies' man and mama's boy that I always am with my friends and my mom in the chat here. This is awesome.
Right.
No, so okay. Well, I didn't mention it before the stream, but I did. It's been a trend, and everyone's been kind of enjoying it. So I'm glad to fulfill everyone's requests again of sleep deprivation for Nick, because I was up at 2:30 this morning. I did work on some banking infrastructure for a couple of clients of mine in the consulting world from about 2:30 to 5 or so this morning. So, but I went back to sleep. I did not drink coffee that whole time beforehand, and I woke up feeling like a spring chicken in fall. I don't know what's the spring chicken version of a fall, because like it's not a fall chicken. It's like what's really awake in the fall? Like I feel like a Vermont maple tree. I don't know. I don't know what the fall version of a spring chicken is, but that's me. I'm here.
Salmon.
And we are here. Where are we? We're in our shipping and receiving room. And I figured I was shooting some videos down here today for some other stuff that people will see coming out shortly. And I did a quick costume change as to not, spoil any surprises. And I just decided to stay put because I have my lovely wife sitting across from me here. I already had video equipment down here, and I already had my wireless mic out and my AirPods in. So I was like, I didn't have AirPods in for the video, but I was like, wireless mic on, quick addition of the AirPod, and boom, I'm like fully studio quality, everything. You sound great. Hopefully I sound okay.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, everything's looking good. But here I am, just sitting on the beautiful 12 feet of custom maple Dr. Nick's shipping and receiving table.
Yes, sir. That thing is a beast.
Dude, it is a beast. And it's bolted into the floor. So if you run into this thing when it's dark in this room, it's like exactly at the right height to take out your entire sciatic nerve for like a week. It's like right in that hip joint. Maybe not on you. It'd be like quad. It'd be like, yeah, like mid quad, like, depending on where you hit it.
Easy there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm telling you what, man. I'm like, without even trying, a little racy today. I need to cool it.
He's got the creative juices going. So
that's what it is. No, it is. It is. Exactly. You put me in a room with a blank piece of paper and a camera for long enough, and I start getting good ideas, and then, well, And then I just think that all of my ideas are good ideas, which they're not. And then they all just kind of start flowing, thinking that they have a place in the world when they don't.
I love it. I love it. And and Alicia says, spoiler alert, Nick had to remove the hot dog suit for this show. I'm curious. What about y'all? Any guesses? We're going to talk about some ads and some commercials today. We can't give information about these specifics. However, if anybody's curious, Nick said costume change. If you got any ideas what you think it may be, throw them out there. Alicia says hot dog suit.
I mean, she's pretty close. It's not like, but when she says hot dog suit, I don't know where everyone's brain goes. Like, do you go like Lady Gaga suit made out of hot dogs, or do you go like foam, like Wiener Schnitzel out with the sign flipper out in front of like the hot dog place? Yeah.
Has
I don't know. Well, and speaking of ballpark, you're going to have some updates for us too over weekend activity. You got to fill us in on all of your craziness over the weekend. That's freaking awesome.
It actually was a good segue, and I'll talk about that. Don't let me forget about talking about sleep, which is related. But yeah, I'll show this here real quick so people can see. But I had a couple months ago kind of a crazy email, and it was from a lady with the Cleveland Browns, which is an NFL football team. Now, full disclosure, I've never been to a football game. I've never really watched the Cleveland Browns.
You've never been to a football game?
I've never been to a pro football game ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't watch sports. I think football has home runs, and I've been to an NFL game.
No, I never have. Now, I could tell you pretty much every player in the NFL and every team and how they are, and I follow, but it just was never something that was on my radar. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but NFL football tickets are very, very expensive. Like,
they're not cheap.
Yeah. We looked up our seats because that's just what you do when you get free stuff. And they were in the $450 to $500 range per seats. So I'm like, yeah, that's not on my budget list. That's not happening.
So they didn't let you just stay down there and hang out on the field with the side seats somewhere like for the game? Like, geez, Cleveland Browns thought you were being hospitable.
Right. So so they reached out and they were like, hey, we're curious if you would be interested in a couple of things. We found your channel, we found your Instagram, we really like your vibes, we like your influence, and we like that you're a family man and that you make it cool to be manly and a father and being an involved father. And I was like, oh, I love that. And they're like, we have some like kid football camps. If you want to come, all we would need you to do is just show that it's a good time. And I'm like, maybe, but my kids don't play football, and we're not really interested in them playing football. And they're like, hey, how about you come to a game then? I'm like, sure. And so we didn't really know what to expect, but we got there, and they had a bunch of cool free activities before the game. Snickers ice cream, which is top tier, so dang good. And so we get there, do all those things, and then we meet up with our people. We get these field passes, and I mean, we are right there. Like, we are on the field, literally like 3 feet from the players, and these are huge. Like, I'm a big guy. And
those are gigantic humans.
Huge humans that move in a way that you should not be able to at their size. And what really struck me is a couple weekends ago, we were in Columbus for a soccer tournament, and we stayed in this area named Dublin. If you guys are ever around Columbus, Dublin is beautiful, very nice area. And I was talking to one of the guys at the Columbus Crew and was like, I have a feeling a lot of Columbus Crew players live in Dublin. And he was like, yeah, he goes, they just live their normal life here. He was, and it would like hit me. I was like, oh my gosh. Cause I would be like one of the tallest players in Major League Soccer. Like, I would be possibly top 10 tallest player in the entire league. Like, soccer players are not huge people. And so they can go to Target and blend in. They can live a normal life. But if you see an NFL player, even if you don't know who they are, you're like,
you don't blend in.
Yeah, you do something. What do you do? And it's like, these guys were huge.
Especially if like you were in a parking lot of said Target, right?
Right.
And like you see this big dude and you're like, wow, that's a big dude. And then all of a sudden, like the wind blows a bag or a receipt out of the back of his SUV. And then he needs to go catch it in the parking lot. And all of a sudden, you see 350 pounds of 6'8" running through the parking lot like you've never even seen anybody run before. And you're like, here, okay, never mind.
Yep.
That guy came. That's not an SUV. That's a spaceship. That guy
Yep.
just came straight from outer space. He's an alien. That's what it is.
Crazy. So then we go get our seats, and these are like club seats. So you go through like this special entrance and this huge escalator, and we've got like private like food areas. You know, you're not down on the concourse. And so we go get all the food. We watch a little bit of the game. We hang out in the lounge, and just like craziness, just insanely cool experience. And yeah, Alicia says that's amazing, Dan. Getting noticed for your work should be a great feeling. It is. I feel like for one of the first times in my life, like imposter syndrome though. Like I have a buddy who I've been really close with, but he moved to Virginia. And so we just catch up every now and then. And he saw this and he was like, dude, you're famous like that now? Like NFL teams reaching out? I was like, I don't know what tricked him. I don't know who told him what, but like, I don't ask questions. I just say yes when they ask me. And like, that's honest. Like I'm like, this is nuts. And there were like other celebrities there that just, it doesn't make sense that I was in that same group that we had these tickets, like MGK, for example. And it's like, yeah, no, I should not be in a sentence with MGK. That's insane. Like absolutely insane.
MGK was there?
Oh yeah. Yeah. With the same, there was like a small group of like, whatever. I hate the freaking words, but whatever you attach to it, influencers, celebrities, whatever. And
it's their hospitality group. Typically it's like their hospitality group is the one that hosts you guys. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And so we had the same point person and everything. I didn't get to meet him, but was right over by him and stuff. And just, yeah, no security, no anything. Like we're all just chilling. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So really,
that's super cool.
Really great experience. Genuinely great experience. Like I'm used to sporting events. Soccer is very, very, very passionate. And so opposing fans, if you see each other, it's kind of like a war. Like you're not allowed to be cool. And
right.
They were facing the Green Bay Packers, which has one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL. And so they travel very well. It was about half Cleveland, half Green Bay fans.
Really?
And they were all pleasant as all can be. Not one argument, not one fight, nobody yelling at each other. And it was a super intense game. The Browns ended up coming back to win their first game of the season against what many thought was the best team in the NFL. But there was no fights, no arguments. Everybody was super chill, super cool. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So okay, I got a question then. Outside of that stadium, is there like a signature guy who like plays like is there like a group of dudes who like play like the bucket drums, or is there like a guy outside that's like well known for playing some sort of instrument?
No, so like at the Columbus
that's a pretty
Crew,
popular thing up here in New England. Like you gotta have
Columbus
that.
Crew,
You gotta have like your saxophone guy outside the Fenway, obviously.
Yeah, no, nothing. Nobody was out there. It was like shockingly. And don't take this the wrong way, but shockingly like clean. There was no homeless population. There were not people with like buckets asking for money or performing for money and stuff. Just no, there wasn't. It was really interesting.
Very interesting. I wonder if they paid them all off.
Yeah.
To keep them out of there. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So well, speaking about getting recognized for your work, though, I think we gotta recognize one of our audience members here. My sister from another mister just got recognized by the Aruba government. Basically reached out to Alicia because of an event that she puts on there every year. Alicia's company, Glam by Alicia, she puts on these things called shootcations, where she basically hosts a group of models and photographers, and it's a way to basically, if you're a model, to get a whole bunch of content of you in it, and it's a way as a photographer to shoot a whole bunch of different models in a short period of time, and you get the added benefit of everyone stays in a really cool destination on location somewhere. And Alicia goes and books all sorts of outings, excursions, all sorts of things that create really cool environments and backdrops for photo shoots. So these people just get to go to tropical locations. And I love that it's the logo that you put up, because just about all the rest of it might not be PG here. I don't know. You know, it's you know what it is? It's fashion magazine level stuff that's on her Instagram. For anyone who's like, do I go look? Is it PG? I don't know. Is it safe for work? Maybe not. Depending on who's looking over your shoulder, but it's nothing worse than you're going to see in the front row of a magazine stand at any bookstore in the entire country. So it's nothing beyond that, and it's very classy. And so, but what's cool is she's been doing these now for so freaking long, And whenever she does, they always go and they have all the girls and photographers volunteer at like the dog shelter, which or maybe it's like the Save the Turtles or Save the fill in the blank endangered animal of Aruba. They go and they either help volunteer, they make sure that they donate, lots of good giving back to the place that hosts them every year. So now she's made friends with the guy that basically has like run the island with his family from a hospitality standpoint since like the 50s. Like since Elvis was touring the Caribbean, this family was the ones hosting him, right? So like this is like the people, the family that have been there before any of the big hotel chains were. And now, of course, the thing's happening where she's like making friends that have friends. And she gets a call the other day from the government in Aruba. And they're like, listen, they're like, we hear that you're coming back out. You're doing another event. You've been doing this for the past 10 years. Every time you come out here, you give back. You do the right thing. You give back to Aruba. We want to do the same for you. And so they're like, we'd like to host you on our national news. We'd like to put you on the do an interview. They're going to do a nice spot on her on TV. And then, of course, they're going to host them at a series of restaurants while they're there and bring them around and basically have them come out and show them a good time after they went out, paid their dues, did the right thing, cleaned up. They left the place. And they followed the golden rule. They left Aruba better off than it was when they got there, whether it was the property, the place, the on-location place that they went to do shoots or just the island itself. They left it better than they found it. Right. And it's like you talk about getting recognized for your work, right? It's like not only were they recognizing that it was awesome publicity this whole time for Aruba, but it was also just a really, really cool way to, to be able to help people give back more because she's going to be able to do more of it now.
I love that. Congrats, Alicia. That's absolutely awesome. And she said she got kicked out and then came back in. Essentially, Nick said he had some news about being recognized, and I pulled up your logo there because it seemed fitting for Nick describing the location and she calls it what, shootcations. I like that.
Shootcations. Yep. And so, yeah, Alicia, Alicia and I have the same kind of luck. So if there was ever a time where someone was going to say a whole bunch of nice things about you on the internet, that's when your connectivity is going to die. Because Comcast was like, oh, hell no, she's not getting confidence boost. She'll be dangerous. So you'll have to go back and watch, unfortunately. Sorry if you didn't get it live.
That is too funny. Too funny. Okay, and then on that. So the game was 1:00. We needed to be there by 10 for the pregame field stuff. And it was like a 4-hour drive. So we had to leave by 6. So I had to get up and so we actually left by 6:30. It was 3.5-hour drive. So I got up at 5:30. That was on Sunday. Today's now Tuesday. Yesterday, my body woke me up at 5:30. Today,
you had the stream.
My body woke me up at 5:30. Even though I streamed last night, it was late and stuff. When I like wake up at a time like that, my body's just like, oh, okay, this is the new regular. Like I don't use
that's what we do now?
Alarm clocks. And my body is just like, oh, okay, new routine. And it's like so yesterday I was like, all right, don't pee because that will wake you up. And then I just thought about having to pee the whole time. Then today I was like, all right, go pee and then you'll be able to go right back to bed. Couldn't. So I was like, how the heck do I kick this? And why is my body so stubborn and being like, oh, you want to be up at 5:30? Got you.
How old are you? 37?
37.
35? 37. You are 37.
Yep.
That's right. You're a year ahead of Jill. Okay. So, sorry. That's just the way it is now. You're up at 5:30 now. That's just what you do now. That's that's what you do. Welcome to your new morning. And it's going to, the cool part is when you get a Sunday that you don't have anything going on and it's going to be raining outside. And it's going to be maybe like a little cloudy because it's getting toward winter time. And you're going to be like, I don't have to get up. Only you will, because that's what you do now.
No, I had all the way until 7:00 to get up. All the way. An hour and a half. And in my mind, when I go to bed, I'm like, cool, 7 hours of sleep. I'm good. And then no. Is that your agenda?
It was the only note on my notebook when I opened it up when we started this live stream, actually.
Oh, yep.
I opened it. I flipped pages and I went past this one, and then I got to this one that just says sleep.
And it was on there already?
That was on there because I think it was my other notes here that the page that was filled up are notes for this stream. And the very next one, I believe what was written last night as I was making notes for this stream, was sleep.
Of course.
And it was a topic I wanted to bring up and talk about today. But you of course knew that somehow because I wrote it down, and here we are talking about sleep.
Jeez. Did you have a different angle on sleep?
No, it was my first topic on the list because I had to be able to excuse myself in case I have run on sentences and forget to use things like pauses.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, sleep deprivation. We got it.
Yeah, it's normal stuff. Just another Tuesday.
But what we've brought you guys here together today for, with us as a big family gathered around, we want to talk about, and Alicia, she says, why is that such a thing? I feel that. Go to Vegas and just immediately come home. Yes, exact. Oh, no. I'm flying to San Antonio this weekend. I'm going to be fine. I will be fine there entirely.
Yep.
But when I get back, it's going to wreck me for a week.
I don't know. You're old now, so maybe not.
Nick's like, yep, don't feel bad. Been living in that for a while.
Yep. Been living it. And everyone doesn't like me talking about like, oh, Nick doesn't use alarm clocks anymore. Like, oh, you set an alarm and you just look at the time. My alarms have literally started being, I tested it. I can enter the time I want to wake up in a notepad on my phone and put my phone on the charger, and I wake up at the time that I wrote on my notepad. So like, I was like, I wonder if it's just typing the time in my phone that makes me wake up. Because I always wake up a couple minutes before my alarm goes off. And I was like, yep, sure as heck it is.
Yep. Mine is always before it. So it's like, it can be an hour and a half before, it can be, but I never get to my alarm ever. Even the 5:30 day, I didn't get to my alarm. Even the Sunday, didn't get to it.
You know what? It only works by inching things forward, though, because I also tried the reverse, because I was like, well, if that works, that means I could type in 7:45 on a Saturday and sleep till almost 8. Nope, 5:30. And then if you're like, but I want to get up at 4:45 for this alarm going off, 4:40, you wake up without an alarm. And it's like, what the hell? So I can wake up before things, but I can't move the time back and then still wake up before that one. It's like one of those, it's like a sprinkler timer. It's like the needle only moves back. It doesn't move forward. You know, you got to go all the way around to make that. Oh, that's how you have to do it. You got to go all the way around the clock in order to get it to move, because it only moves one direction. You're awake on your own timer only moves counterclockwise. So you have to wake up at 3, and then at midnight, and then at 11, you have to go to sleep at 3 in the afternoon, and you work your way all the way around, and then you can have yourself wake up at 8 because you just got to stop it there.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's the only way that works. It's like going around the swing set.
Ooh, that's risky.
And then you're inside out legend.
Boy. Yeah. Yep. No, that checks out. But it is kind of nice. Final thing on that is it is kind of nice when you do have to wake up in like the middle of the night and you don't wake up to the alarm like, oh, what is this? So you're just like, 10 minutes? All right, might as well get up while I'm feeling good, and you don't have to like battle it. That's a benefit. But what we are here for today, you guys, is we would like to talk about commercials, ads, advertisements, and we'll have a series of different kind of questions. Oh, and by the way, too, I'll remind at the end of stream, but next week's show is on Wednesday. Same time, same place, but put down your reminders, and it'll be on YouTube right after this stream, so it'll say Wednesday. We'll get word out on Instagram and Facebook, but Wednesday next week, just so you guys know. But with that, first question is, when I say classic, memorable commercials, ones that just, for whatever reason, I do mean that, for whatever reason, they just burn into your brain, and it's like your go-to think of commercials. What is that commercial? And most importantly, do you know what it was advertising? Right? Because sometimes people have favorites and like, I have no idea what it was advertising. But what come to mind for you? Now, Nick and I discussed this last week, and I don't know if Nick can discuss the one that came to mind for him, if he's got a polished version of it or not. But we want to hear from everybody in the chat and get some Where's the Beef, which is, I believe I know that one. Do you know Where the Beef?
Where's the Beef? It was, what was that? It's like a fast food restaurant.
Is it
I know it was a
Chick-fil-A?
fast food restaurant.
No?
No, because they're chicken.
Right. I thought that was the idea. Where's the beef? Arby's?
Is it we? No, is it
Wendy's.
we got the beef? Oh, it was Wendy's.
Wendy's. Okay. Where's
So wait,
the beef?
Arby's totally just ripped that off and said,
Right.
"We have the beef."
Interesting.
So was Arby's an answer to Wendy's commercial?
Oh, where's the beef? We have the beef. Oh my gosh. I never put that together.
Hold on a minute. Are we figuring things out here?
Where's the beef?
Arby's.
We are the beef.
We have the meat. Yeah, we have the meats is like the name of their commercial. Their whole ad spot is we have the meats.
Wow. Beef is a weird word.
Don't say it too many times.
Okay, and then I just looked it up because Channing says was just beef commercials. It was a Wendy's commercial. It was from 1984, actually. Where's the beef? Okay, so I was not born yet for that one. Interesting. Jill, this is crazy, Jill. You've tapped into Nick's time and space continuum. You lit liquor. Well, okay, get this, Jill. Yesterday, Sam comes and tells me the wildest observation. So we have 3 cats. 2 of them are old girls. They're 13, 14, and then River's just 1. Well, Lumen, the like tiger striped one, Sam said she caught her in our like laundry room, and she was eating some of the dryer lint. Like I don't know what cats do, like tossing around, eating it. And so, of course, had to drop a timely, you lit liquor. It was perfect.
You lit liquor.
You lit liquor. Yo quiero Taco Bell. That was a good one. That was a good one with the Chihuahua. That was good. Yep. Avoid the Noid Domino's pizza. I do kind of, he was like a little like villain.
He was like a little devil looking guy. Yeah, the Noid.
Yeah. Okay.
He was
What
like a
are you
little
looking
gremlin.
at? Cootie Queen.
Cootie Queen. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
The ones with jingles are most easily remembered. So it's an interesting point there, Arden. Jingles often refer to slogans, right? A catchphrase of a company, not necessarily a commercial, but it is effective, right? We are in town. They're putting in a massive, that's so crazy. Jill said Kmart. Our old Kmart is now replaced. I think they're just finishing it. It's not open yet. And Kmart closed 12 years ago, something crazy. It's just been sitting vacant. And it's now replaced with an O'Reilly's. And so...
O'Reilly's. Auto parts.
And so anytime we drive by, I have 3 children that hit me with the O'Reilly's jingle every single time we go by.
It's the best freaking one. That's because it's like one of the best. It's like one of the best modern jingles, and it's like I feel like there's certain people who have brought back the lost art of jingles.
Yeah,
like they really do. Like
there's good ones.
I want one real bad. Like I think Dr. Nix needs a jingle so badly. It would
I'm
be
good
so
at
much
jingles
fun.
too. Challenge accepted. I'm real good. I make a jingle for most things in life. Just whatever I go by, I create a jingle. Now,
remember these rules if you want to be a memer.
We often talk about how I do not have TV diversity. I do not watch a lot of TV shows, and Nick and Jill do, and many of you guys do, and you talk about all these great shows. I'm going to call them out. Private conversation here. Nick had never heard of the show Mad Men. Get him.
No.
Nope. Jill would love Mad Men. I know for a fact she would love that show. You got John Hamm. You got to start it. It's actually really good. Really, really, really good show. And it's from the era, I don't know the exact time frame, but the era when you would smoke on the airplane and you would smoke you'd smoke during like surgery. And Jill said, I didn't know he didn't know about it. Yeah, he didn't know what it was, Jill.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things. I remember when you said something about it, I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds really familiar. Like, could have sworn like we started that or something, but I don't know. I think it's one of those ones where I flipped past it so many times. I think we must have talked about it, right, Jill? I don't know.
It's good.
What's really funny right now is like, so you know how there's like a delay in like the between like when we're talking and when like the audio hits someone watching the stream here.
About 7
seconds. It's probably like 7 seconds. Yeah. And so it's the normal broadcast delay that she got, right? So Jill is in the same room that I'm in right now, but she's wearing noise canceling AirPod Maxes.
Oh,
So she has no clue what I'm saying to her when I'm looking at her right now, talking right to her. She's going to know in
interesting.
about 7 seconds, but she has no clue that I'm even speaking right now. So like what I could drop something and I could run out of the room, and then like she won't even know that she's supposed to start chasing me because of whatever I've said for like a good 10 seconds.
That's good. Like a
Yeah.
swarm of bees come in and attack you, and she'd have no idea. She'd be like, "Why is he running?" And then,
Why is she running?
Okay, I
Because
like
she wouldn't be able to hear the bees either. See, that's the downfall.
Okay.
Because what was happening over there is that she could only hear my side of it, or with no noise canceling, hear both sides of it, which
right.
was counted as full duplex talking. And that's
Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
The great Poupon commercial. I have Poupon
on
my finger.
Yeah, that's so good.
I don't know that one.
Oh, that one's awesome. Oh God, I just had one a minute ago that was like one of my favorites. What was it? I'll come back. Honestly, I like the I was gonna bring up the Terry Tate office linebacker. We were just talking about that the other day.
We were. Yep.
Whoop whoop! Here comes the pain train, baby.
Yep, that's a good one.
Was
That
for
is a good
Reebok?
one. My personal favorite commercial of all time, and I don't know why it just speaks to my soul, is where the guy goes in to and I just blanked on the brand, which is what you want to avoid. He goes in, I think it's Little Caesars, and he goes into Little Caesars and he's like asking about the hot and ready's and stuff, and he takes off his shirt and he's like, "There's no rules." And then you hear a lady in the background, "Put your shirt back on. There's one rule." He puts his shirt back on. That one is so good.
I love that one. I like the old Foster's Australian for beers commercial. Those were amazing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
The old Foster's.
That's a good one.
The Foster's commercial. Yeah, those were so good.
Yep.
Like it would like have like Australian words for things.
Yep.
What's that?
I talked about
like.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we're gonna not continue that one though.
No, and there are some that go bad like that. It's the what's up, or the frog one, Bud Wiser, Wiser. And so it's like you remember for like the wrong reasons, right?
You do, but it still works.
That's
the thing.
That's what I'm getting at. Is why do we some of these you guys are 40 years old that you're referencing, and there have been millions of commercials between that time period. Why do these ones strike our soul? Why does a guy in a pizza place taking his shirt off, he's not even like ripped or anything memorable, just normal dad bod, and then you hear the lady say, "Put your shirt back on, there's one rule"? Why is that on like my mind on a daily basis, and I can't even eat at that establishment?
Oh, because it was just gold. It was funny. It was well timed. It was gold. Like, I think my favorite Foster's Australian for beer one has got to be this guy standing there with his dog and he's holding a beer, and like you see like this Wile E. Coyote-esque shadow start getting larger and larger around this guy as a rock is falling off of a cliff, and like the rock just like crushes the dude into the ground. His dog's fine. His dog was standing right there next to him. And the guy's hand was still holding his beer. So it's like sticking out from the side of the rock, but he's like crushed under the rock. And you hear the guy go, "Ow." And then it's like, "Sissy, Australian for beer." Foster's Australian for beer.
So good. All I can think of is James McCann, the comedian. When I think of Australian anything.
So good.
Hilarious. Also, I do have some breaking news that I've not broke to you. I needed the right time. It seems like the right headspace. So, are you ready for this breaking news? Then we'll get back to the ads.
Oh, I don't know. Am I?
I think so. Saturday, I am crossing off a bucket list item.
Oh. You are?
I am. Actual in my bucket list items are 5 or less. Like it's a small
I was going to say, you have like 6 of them.
Yeah, very small. The one that I get to cross off on Saturday is I'm going to the mothership to watch Sam Talent in Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
So excited. So
Hell
excited.
yeah.
I messaged him and
Hell
everything and
yeah.
been talking to him and stuff. So yeah, Mothership, going in the big room, watching Sam Talent, who is one of my favorite comedians on the planet.
Oh, dude, he's so good.
Yeah, real deal at Joe Rogan's club. So I'm
Ah,
pumped, man. I'm
dude, that
ready
is
and
so freaking
excited.
cool.
It's gonna be an experience.
Oh, hell yes. That is amazing.
Yep. And this will make for my second legitimate comedy show of my entire life.
Hey, that's
That's
a
it.
really good second one.
I know. So I'm gonna get pictures outside. I think they lock up your phone when you go in, so I won't even be able to have any pictures inside. But I'll get pictures outside and all that stuff,
I do think they're a lock up your phone venue. Yeah.
which I understand. I'm fine with that.
You know, it's funny, and it's all to protect. It's the one thing that I've actually not hated about ridiculous like event goings in the past number of years, because that is specifically in place to protect the intellectual property of the performer, right?
Yep.
I mean,
And
it's
gives
so
them
that
grounds
not
to test.
well, and it's not so it's like everyone on the internet's not going to see every show anymore. Like,
Yep.
you know, if you're shooting a special, you understand that everyone's going to see everything you say. But like once in a while, isn't it still nice just to be able to say something in one room and it stays in that room aside
For
from what
sure.
people tell each other about it, you know?
For sure.
So I
Say
don't
it
mind
and
that at
forget
all.
it, record it and regret it. So yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Oh,
And
dude, that's
no,
killer.
I did not read his book. I'm not much of a book guy myself, but maybe on a flight, maybe I'll audio book it on my flight to
Dan
San
doesn't read
Antonio.
books or eat salads. You know this.
But maybe I'll audio book it. I love that he loves history and he weaves that into his comedy. He's super intelligent. So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And he's
He's
looking
a
good.
super smart dude.
He's Ozempic'd out the gills these days.
He is, man. I wonder. Yeah, poor guy. His adversarial relationship with food is probably so strong at this point.
Yeah, right. And yeah, absolutely. I totally get it. Willie, is you're there, enjoy the phone, don't be on, or enjoy the show, don't be on your phone and stuff. So yeah, yep, no doubt about that.
The last show that I went to was somebody where you didn't have to lock up your phones. He was literally just sitting next to me on his phone the entire time I went to a show. Like I went to like
Ugh.
we went to a comedy show and he's literally sitting there next to me. It's like the whole entire time he's sitting there like between like Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram, like videoing people. It's like literally like that's all that happened the entire time sitting next to you. It's like once in a while you get like a chuckle.
Yeah. I was next to a guy like that recently at an event, and I either knew he was single or he was reaching out of his relationship, because it was constantly between Tinder, Snapchat, and Instagram, just interchangeably. And I'm like, that seems like an exhausting life. I am so glad I did not grow up in a time of trying to date on any app. Like Facebook came about when I was in college, literally in college. And so that wasn't even really a thing. And I was just like, he was literally like, Snapchat, refresh, nothing. Tinder, scroll, time limit. Instagram, messages, no. Oh, message. And he would like freak out, and he was just going through all three of them. And I'm like, that is exhausting.
Wow. And then so like this is, by the way, this is a master class on how not to look like that guy in public, because yes, people notice.
Oh
in
yeah.
case you find yourself wondering, I wonder if anyone can tell if I'm frantically looking for whatever it is that I'm looking for on the internet. Yeah, I met my wife on MySpace. Wow. I mean, that's I mean, my mom met my stepdad on an online dating app.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
In
it
her
just
60s.
seemed exhausting to be in that guy's mindset.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine. Like I didn't grow up when like I've never been single in a world where it was like dating app time. And so like I can't imagine, because like I just can't. Like I don't know. Like I'm just like I hate getting across bad impressions. I hate, I just don't like I don't know. That whole thing just like I don't know. That's not where I want to go to. Like that's my brain doesn't go to like the internet in general to meet people, I guess. Like as far as like if I need to find, you know what I mean? Like finding a group of people that's very dispersed across the world that care about one thing. like we have here, right? That's very, very different. It's a community of people that's very fun to cultivate online and to find. But like, I've never had a situation where I wanted to look out and like use the internet to one-on-one, like look for another individual, right? It's like maybe a group, or maybe like find myself as an individual, like joining a group of people, you know? But like, I want to use the internet for finding out things like how big Kodiak bear claws are compared to black bears when I'm sitting there at nighttime, you know? Yep. Like, I just, that's what I want to do. I don't want to be worried about what people think I look like.
Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole of sun bears the other day, which are like brown bears, grizzly bears that are albino. You can find one on Vancouver Island right now if you want to go check out sun bears.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty cool.
You see, and go figure. We both learned something about bears in the past week on the internet.
And Alicia, you have no idea how interested I am in this topic and how curious I would be to see. You can filter the pictures for me, but like all the text would be, she said we could do an entirely different live stream called What's in Alicia's Inbox Today. Yes. I'm entirely in for that. Like once in a while in Kill Tony, as many of you know, they recently pulled up a guy and they read his messages from online dating. It was the dude with like your like traditional like nerdy white dude haircut, and they were like, "You're smooth, man." And they were like the most cliche, corny lines ever, and I was so uncomfortable as they were reading that conversation.
And they thought that guy was like smooth too. You know,
he thought he had it. I was like, this dude is a nerd. Like not in like a cool way.
My favorite segment of my favorite segment has got to be
Yelp,
when they go pull up people's Yelp reviews on like the businesses that they run, or like places that people work at.
6'4" tatted up server with a mustache was a piece of work. It's the guy.
The guy's stage. Like, oh,
it's so good. But Alicia, yes, all of that. If there's a way to deliver it where we can do it online, you have an absolute gold mine. Because I want to see all that. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Have you ever had a man sitting on a milk crate with a chicken on his shoulder blindly asking to come over? John and his chicken are hitting on you? What the heck? John,
dude, come on, man. We've talked.
Yeah, right. We let you keep the profile picture and the name John and his chicken, but when you start going after Alicia, that just crosses the line.
That's it. Oh yeah, she's had some winners.
I love that.
She's shared some winners. It's almost as good as the what was that website that guy stood up? 419eater.com. 419 is the area code of Nigeria. And there was for like the Nigerian scammers that would like, you know, that are like always trying to scam people out of money. He made a website that was dedicated about like making the people in Nigeria do crazy stuff and send him photos of it in order to earn his trust to send them money. And he never sent them any money, obviously. But he basically was just scamming the scammers. He's like, okay, I need you to get you and your whole family, and I need you all to hold a fish by the tail in size order from smallest to largest in order of the children holding the fish. And it'd be like a whole family of like 6 holding like dead fish by the tails in the photo, wearing like their white dress shirts.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That
reminds me exactly of that. That would scratch the same itch of like what's in Alicia's inbox today.
Yeah,
would be the same one as like the scammer 419 eater kind of thing.
Oh, well, and we will end cap with a final thought on commercials. By the way, we understand we're tangent-y, but that's what we do. So you guys know Scuba, right? Beard Tube. Well, we both have YouTube channels and we have decent numbers, so people reach out. I get probably per week 20 to 30 Chinese companies reaching out about the most random crap in the entire world. Like the most random non-beard related stuff of all time. I had one yesterday that was doing like Jeep fog lights, reached out to me about. Had another one that was an electric snow blower. I'm actually interested in that one. I did respond. But essentially, Scuba says yes to all of them. And they'll write it and they'll say like, hey, we want to send you out these new wooden flip-flops. Can you, for a video on your YouTube channel?
Sure.
Scuba says yes to every single one, no matter what.
Does he actually shoot any videos of them ever?
No, he doesn't do a dang thing. Not once has he ever shot a video on it, but he says yes and collects them. He's like, there's nothing they can do. I don't know why, but I'm terrified to say yes and do that. I got this weird fear in the back of my head, so I don't. But he gets the coolest random crap, and he does that. He's like, yeah, sure, send it on over. And he doesn't commit to anything. He doesn't say I'll shoot a video. He'll just say, like, send it on over. I'd love to try it.
Yeah, send it on over.
All these wild things, and it's kind of like that scammer thing. We're like, yeah, send me a picture of your family with a dead fish. Like, it makes sense, and I'm so curious, but I feel like the first time I do it, I'm gonna get busted somehow with some like letter and lawsuit, and they're actually an American company. I don't know. I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're going to be getting sued by Pfizer or something.
Right,
you're not even going to know it.
Exactly. But of course, Scuba, he wouldn't have a thing in the world ever happen to him, and he's just saying yes to it all. So that reminded me of that. It actually. Oh yeah, the dude that filmed. So the former NASA guy. Oh my gosh, Mark Roper. So you guys have probably seen this where he sets up the scammers, where he sets out like a package and it's got the stink bombs and the glitter bombs.
Or the glitter bombs.
Yep. Those are good. Bucky, those are real good.
Oh, I love that guy. He's fantastic.
He's like, actually, that's so, I was just talking to Sam about this today. I was like, I genuinely don't think I'm an intelligent person. I was like, I grew up with sisters smarter than me. I can do certain things well, and I'm very confident in what I do well. But when people think of me, or I think of myself, I don't think people are like, ooh, super smart. But then I meet a lot of people on a daily basis, and I'm like, I'm decently smart compared to them. But then you watch a video by like a Mark Roper, and you're like, oh, no. There's levels to this stuff, and his level of thinking is so far beyond mine. Like, that dude is just brilliant. I used to show his videos to my students just because they were so fun and so like smart. They didn't have anything to do with history, but I love showing them.
That's amazing. Well, okay. So speaking of scammers, and we talked, I think, about food, and now we're talking what we did with commercials and talk about ads and commercials that work. Like, okay, let's think about the really negative side of commercials working for a second.
Yep.
Jill just blew my freaking mind this morning with this realization.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. I got to make sure I get the brands right. Hold on.
And it is interesting once you start to see how the sausage is made and start to think about these things, the connections you can put together.
Yeah. Okay. So there's two companies out there that we all know are full of copious evil plots against the United States, the people in it, and the world at large. And those are RJ Reynolds and Philip Morris. Yeah, companies. RJ Reynolds, Philip Morris, the two largest tobacco companies in the world, right? Well, that's because you don't smoke. And they're responsible for, like, I don't know, 85% of the cigarettes sold in the United States are Philip Morris or RJ Reynolds. Like, they're the ones that basically got the whole world hooked on nicotine in a commercial sense, but obviously well before that in a lot of ways. But did you know that RJ Reynolds silently went through in the 80s when there was like this like sudden decline in people trying to get healthy and not smoke, and they bought Nabisco?
No.
It's absolutely insane.
What?
And then sorry, I had something pop up in front of this thing here. Hold, please. And then it was Philip Morris went and did like a similar thing with like General Mills and who was it? I really wish she didn't have these noise canceling headphones on. Philip Morris, it was General Mills and it like Kellogg's or something.
And RJ Reynolds also bought Kraft, General
That's
Foods,
what it was.
And Nabisco.
Yeah. So it was General. Yeah. And then you look at it looks like Philip Morris acquired General Foods in 1985. And like it basically, so like little did we know that the company that was super duper successful on commercializing and selling the whole country on the idea of smoking cigarettes and got everyone addicted to nicotine in order to keep them smoking is also behind like 70 something percent of the cereal and junk food and stuff that is full of chemicals and kills us with cancer and carcinogens in our food over the past like 40 years.
Oh, can I up you one? Can I steal
Absolutely
your
insane.
spotlight? And you want to know who else Philip Morris bought?
Who?
Miller Brewing Company.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they own Miller.
So they bought the other poison.
Yeah, so they basically own sugar, nicotine, and alcohol.
Wow.
Are like the three, if you look at like the root of where they have their industry, right? And so like look at that marketing model though. You look at commercials and ads that work, right? Like literally nowhere. And so here's the craziest thing. These places also own like these huge chemical manufacturers, right?
Yeah.
So like in order to make these chemicals sellable, like we're the only country in the world that still lets us sell soda with high fructose corn syrup in it for the most part, right? Like everywhere else in the world has been like, no, dude. Yes. And we're like, well, bring it on because we really like Dana-Farber and we like them making more money. And so it's like, talk about shots fired. We need to have a whole stream about like just that. Like it'll be so weird for all of you guys too, because we'll talk about it on one stream. And then on the next one, we'll have like, 75,000 people in the stream getting behind us trying to talk about how Purdue and Philip Morris and RJ Reynolds and Dana-Farber are all basically like one, feed the need consumption circle.
Yeah. Well, there's so many examples like that. And then, yeah, Bucky's right. They also own Coors. They also own Molson. There's so many of these things that just keep like going together. And then here's a crazy one that always kills me. We start to think about stuff, you're like, oh yeah, I want to get healthier. Like, what are my really good options for deodorant? Ooh, let me try Native, let me try these other things out there. And then you look at a chart like this, and it's like, these are the what? 3, 7, 10 companies that own essentially everything in the United States.
Yep.
One of the biggest being Procter & Gamble, of course, P&G. But then you start looking there and you're like, oh, wow. Okay, they own all of this. They own all of that. Pretty dang crazy.
And you look at the Procter Gamble line there, that's like 6 deep of logos making up the bottom of that picture of that infographic right there.
And I'm sure that doesn't even scratch the surface of what they actually own.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a minute though. Zoom in on the P&G. Like, do I see what I think I see down there?
Do
I see like Entermans and like what are all those? Like if you look under the P&G and you look way down towards like the bottom at like 5:30, 6 o'clock on the map right there.
Yeah, I'm trying here. It's not. Let me see if I can get.
Oh no, it probably won't let you zoom in on it.
No,
it's probably small.
But
like you look at, if you look at some of those, I swear, I see like Krispy Kreme and like some other crap on there. It's like, oh, you guys are just chock full of evil, aren't you?
Yeah, and you start to look at all. Yeah, is on this one? Yeah, right here. You start to see some of these things, and it's like, oh wow, yeah. And they cover it all, right? If they're gonna have stuff that hurts your stomach, well, we also own Pepto-Bismol. Well, then when you poop on the floor, we also own Swiffer. Well, when you do that, we also own Charmin for toilet paper. But then you also pooped in your pants, so we have Dawn and Tide to clean them.
We got some Pampers.
Yeah, and then when you need new clothes, we own Lacoste
and Boss.
Yeah, so we've got it all covered. And then
when you get a little itchy because of all the poop in yourself, you got the oil of Olay.
Yeah, we got you covered. Boom. We got you covered. Pantene Pro-V, we'll get you good.
Dude, she's not my favorite comic in the world, but Sarah Silverman had it best. She's like, it was all lies when Olean potato chips that were known to cause a certain part of your body to leak a little bit after you ate too many of them were right next to the wet wipes. And she's like, that's it. She's like, I call shenanigans. Like you can't have the fat-free, butt leak potato chips happen right next to the Cottonelle wipes. You're just being obvious now.
It's crazy. And then if you're talking about ads, you've got to fight conglomerates like that to get attention.
Dude, and that's it. And that's why, like, holy hell, though. You look, if you basically, I bet you, if you lived a life that where you made it a rule where you weren't going to consume anything produced by any of those 10 companies, I bet you'd have like an 80% reduction in chance of cancer morbidity, in your life. You know what I mean? Like, you probably wouldn't get like dementia, Alzheimer's, cancer, or like any of the other number of crazy things that go wrong with people.
Yeah. No, there's no doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt about that. I do want to leave you guys with a question, though. Dr. Nix is getting ready to be doing some video content. A lot of it is already, or all of it that is on the current chapter is already mapped out. So this isn't anything for the immediate or the now. However, who knows what can spark for the future? If you guys had an angle, a theme, or even just a kernel of an idea for how you would want Dr. Nix to put themselves out there to new potential consumers, what strikes you? Is it something to do with humor? Is it showcasing the products? Is it showcasing Nick and Jill and their personality? Is it the lab? Is it the community feedback? When you think about what ads work for you and you think about how much you love Dr. Nix, what works, right? Sell cigarettes. I think that might get it done. That would probably work.
I mean, that'd probably work.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Yeah, for everybody else. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right.
You know what? You know where we're really missing out is we're missing that addictive compound inside of our products. We need to find the nicotine of the beard oil world. Hey, how about nicotine? Look how well that worked for Philip Morris. Yeah,
look at Darian says, heroes, they solve the problems they cause. Yeah, if you guys want a good read after the stream, look up OGX lawsuit. OGX. It was a lawsuit on a brand that is owned by Johnson & Johnson, another huge conglomerate, and it had an ingredient that was proven to make your hair fall out, and they included it in their shampoo. Why? Because they probably have other things to fix hair fallout. So, dude, just a circle.
You're not allowed to sell the problem and the solution. It's just you're not. It shouldn't be okay. We've done away with lots of things that were doing that, and they keep popping up.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So Alicia says it has to be all those things. We know that. We need your help, Alicia. There's too many good options. All right. Shane says funny clips. Funny clips do work.
Yeah. See, I think everyone is universally aligned that we would all here watch just about any commercial that had the heckler, yeah, dude version of me in my lawn chair with the umbrella. Just about everyone would stop and watch the heckler.
Yeah. Yep. Room freshener, beard oil scent. Hey,
Bucky's got to get back to work. Back to gooning.
All right, out of here. Take care, Bucky. Yeah, there is. So Nick talked about, I think it was last week, he's got a to-do list, a wish list. Number 1 is deodorant. And I think it's the top 10 actually is deodorant. But beyond there is something on the list that would check that box. And so I'm excited for that in the future too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Most over-the-counter products do that. Drugs, yeah, the circle, yep. Comedy sells. I agree. I don't even know if it sells. It grabs attention just so quickly, so easily, right? Beauty sells. I think that's kind of universally agreed on, and like look at the Levi's ad recently where in a situation like that, right? Have you heard all about that with Sydney Sweeney?
No.
So Sydney Sweeney did a commercial for Levi's, and essentially it was like, I have good genes. And she's like looking great, in these like jeans, and everyone's outraged. They're like, how dare you? You had to put someone beautiful on there. Why couldn't you put someone else or this type of person or that type of person? Why do you have to make it? And it's like, there's huge
because that's why it was funny.
And they leaned into it. They were like, yeah, she does have good genes. Yes, we did see that. And I was like, is that a net positive for them? People got talking about the buzz of the commercial. I think so.
That cracks me up. They've made everything from gene commercials to soap that has their bathwater in it now.
Yep.
Look at that. Crazy.
Alicia, we've actually talked about this. You're spot on. She said there's a fine line on funny. Half the time people can't tell you what they were selling. Like the people grabbing the food and throwing the order is wrong. I've seen 30, but what's the brand? Very good point. You do have to be able to circle it back and bring the brand.
Yeah, that's like, and we were just talking about that. Like we were going, it's like you go through and you make scripts for videos and you run through and you make stuff and you're like, this is hilarious. And you're like, but it has 0 point. Like it's like, and you know what happens? It's when your hook runs on too long and turns into the whole thing. And then all of a sudden you mess up and you're like, oops, let a female explain why they like the beard products, even though they don't actually have a beard. That's actually real. It's, on brand. And you almost sunk my battleship, Mom.
Yeah. Stay tuned, Mom. Stay tuned.
That's it.
You and your son share some DNA in the brain, so that makes sense. And all I'll say, you guys, is stay tuned. There will be some content coming. You can find it on their socials, but hopefully it'll randomly find you on if you have Meta or anywhere else. We don't have a timeline or anything like that yet, but just know that there's some fun processes going on in the background, and almost all of it is inspired quite literally by you guys. And
literally all of it.
Single conversation, it's based on you guys. So thank you for that. Just a reminder, guys, we're already overtime. That's so crazy. I was like, I looked over. I'm like, oh, we're over. Okay. And
I didn't even get to talk about falafel or weird weather or video apps that you use on your phone.
Keep those.
Or skate park kids at the skate park having terrible etiquette with scooter kids and how there's going to be like a greaser 50s, like little like snapping your fingers like shootout between these two factions of kids in Marshfield right now. Like we have a lot to cover.
No more. So the title of next week's just got created, Nick's Random Notes. So keep that. I want all those details. Details. Because I don't get to live that life, and I want to experience it through my mind.
You watch your mouth, because you're gonna it's gonna be a problem next week.
All right, guys. Wednesday next week. Tell your friends. Just a reminder, Wednesday next week, I promise you, I don't even know what they are, but I promise you there's going to be some good stories, and we'll have a good time. And I'll be able to tell you guys about the mothership. So we'll be able to hang out and talk about that for next week. And so by next week, the list will be doubled. I know, Nick. I invite that. I welcome that. I love that. So awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for watching today. That was a lot of fun. Trip down memory lane, a random tangent there, here, everywhere. That's what we do. And make sure you guys check out the socials of Dr. Nick's. Check out the website. Is there something that's been itching that you want to try? Time to go scratch it. I'm Dan.
Go do it.
Nick, final words for our friends.
Oh man, let's just we're gonna make it to next Wednesday. That's what we're going to do. Because, and you want to know why we made it. Dan has all these reasons about like traveling back from events. And then he's over at this thing in Texas, and he's over at this other thing in Texas. And he's got to come home. The real reason for moving it to Wednesday is we just wanted to preempt and be the very first stream that you watch in October and just set the tone for October, because it is October 1st. And why not have the first stream of October on October 1st? It just makes sense.
It does. And if Jill wants to dress up for Halloween and join the stream, that is more than welcomed.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, that'd be okay. I got a couple ideas there, actually. All right. We have ideas. All right, guys.
We're going to go get those ideas going. We will see you next Wednesday. We hope that you guys